Good morning, students. Now, today's starting is from Introduction to Accounting Standard. Accounting Standard is a major area of your syllabus. It's a 15 to 20 marks question. Questions are on accounting standards. So first we are going to see Introduction to Accounting Standard, overview, introduction, standard setting process, list of accounting standards, need for convergence. Now these words are new for you. Need for convergence to global standards, international financial reporting standards. Now what is convergence, IFRS, that we are going to discuss it today. Carve-outs and carve-ins, and last one is roadmap for implementation of Ind AS. So first we are going to start what is accounting standards. So good morning to all of you. Mahadev, Yogita ji, Janvi, Aniket, Ritika, Himanshu. Very good morning to all of you. Please maintain 100 pages notebook separately for accounting standards. Try to attend all sessions in live for accounting standards because it's a bit boring part. I will not say it's a boring part, but students are not taking it seriously. And remember, at CA final, you have 100 marks paper on Ind AS. So don't skip this part because these are basics for your Ind AS. So don't skip this part in option because these accounting standards are really very important from exam point of view and from CA final point of view. Sir, all accounting standard important points, write down, note down it somewhere. Whenever I'm telling it to write it, please write it, and you maintain proper notebook of maximum 100 pages because you have very small accounting, number of accounting standards are very less in group 1, but group 2, yes, huge number of accounting standards. So if you have any query in accounting standard, you can ask me. So Vikas Kumar, Shruti ji, Jayanti ji, yes, good morning to all of you. चलिए, so start करते हैं आज का accounting standard. Introduction. Sir, what is generally accepted accounting policies? Now, what are gaps? What are gaps means generally accepted accounting policies. Now, this is a normal, instead of using accounting standard word, we are using gap for every country. Now, what is gap? It is common set of accepted accounting principles, standards, and procedures that entity must follow when it prepares and presents its financial statements. So now what are financial statements? Financial statements are divided in 5 parts. Sir, it's not books of accounts that are journal entry, ledger. No. When you communicate with users, you always prepare now number 1, that is balance sheet. Second one is a profit and loss account. Third one, cash flow statement. Fourth one, statement of changes in equity. And fifth one is notes to accounts. So recall it with me. Number 1, yes, balance sheet. Number 2, profit and loss account. Number 3, cash flow statements. Number 4, statement of changes in equity. And number 5 are notes to accounts. I will show you exactly what are notes to accounts. But friends, these general accepted accounting policies are common set of all accepted principles, standards, and procedures that entity must follow while preparing all these statements, which I already explained you. So, sir, at international level, it is called as IFRS and IAS. At international level, we are calling it as IFRS, that is International Financial Reporting Standard. Now see the difference. We are calling it as accounting standards, but they are calling it reporting standard. So that is a basic word difference. Reporting, just they want to, because some standards are not accounting. You are not passing any entry, but you are just disclosing it. So there are two types of standard. One is accounting standard, which talks about how to do accounting, how to pass entry in the books of accounts. And second one are disclosure standard. In group one, cash flow statement, that is a disclosure standard. How to disclose your cash flow activity wise. So that is disclosure standard. And inventory valuation. Now, how to do value? What is the entry? So that is recognition, measurement, that I will talk of all about this. Accounting means it is divided in 4 parts. So that is accounting standard. So outside India, they are calling it as reporting standard. But in India, we are calling it not reporting standard, but it is accounting standard. So accounting standards and Ind AS. Now, please, there is a difference between Ind AS and accounting standard. Accounting standards is a previous version, and Ind AS now we are adopting from 2016. So beta, first thing, make sure that we are going to understand accounting standards and not Ind AS. Why not Ind AS? Because it's a separate syllabus in CA final. So Ind AS we are going to see it, but in CA final. Okay. So अभी तक मैंने आपको जो एक्सप्लेन किया, तो आपको इतना ही बताया वन टाइम इन हिंदी. तो बेटा ऑल ओवर इंडिया जनरली एक्सेप्टेड अकाउंटिंग पॉलिसीज, ये सिर्फ इंडियन वर्ड नहीं है. फॉर एग्जांपल यूएस में यूएस गैप. नाउ गैप मींस व्हाट? जनरली एक्सेप्टेड अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल्स. तो सबके कुछ रूल्स होने चाहिए. जैसे कि हमारे यहाँ पे हम लोग जब रूल्स फॉलो करते तो सिग्नल के लिए ऑल ओवर इंडिया जाओगे तो रेड सिग्नल होगा तो हम लोग रुकेंगे, ग्रीन सिग्नल होगा तो हम लोग भागेंगे. सो ये जो डिफरेंस है यहाँ पे, अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड को भी कुछ अकाउंटिंग करते टाइम अपने कुछ तो रूल सेट करके रखने चाहिए, और इसी को हम लोग बोलते हैं जनरली एक्सेप्टेड अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल्स. सो कॉमन सेट ऑफ अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल्स, स्टैंडर्ड्स, प्रोसीजर्स दैट एंटिटी ये फॉलो करती है जब फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट बनाती है. अभी सब फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट मतलब क्या? तो 5 पार्ट्स में आता है सब. पहला वन बैलेंस शीट, दूसरा प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, तीसरा कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट, चौथा जो है स्टेटमेंट ऑफ चेंजेस इन इक्विटी, और 5 नंबर पे जो है वो नोट्स टू अकाउंट. सर, ये जो अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स होते हैं एट इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे इसको आईएफआरएस बुलाया जाता है. एट इंडियन लेवल पे इसको हम लोग रिपोर्टिंग वर्ड यूज नहीं करते, अकाउंटिंग वर्ड यूज करते. सो अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स एंड इंड एस. अभी सर अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स जो है ना वो पहले से हम लोग फॉलो करते आ रहे हैं. इंड एस को एक प्रॉपर रोड मैप करके आपने अभी वर्ड देखा था. अब ये रोड मैप क्या होता है? तो हमने 2016 से सभी कंपनीज के लिए जो सॉरी सभी कंपनीज नहीं, रॉन्ग वर्ड, तो इंड एस ये अप्लाई करना शुरू किया. सो इंड एस कैसे शुरुआत हुई, रोड मैप क्या था, ये हम लोग देखेंगे हमारे स्लाइड्स थ्रू. रोड मैप फॉर इंड एस. तो यहां तक की स्टोरी आपको समझ में आई होगी. सो वन थिंग दैट आई वांट, यस एवरीवन प्लीज राइट इट इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. एट इंटरनेशनल लेवल व्हाट इट कॉल्ड एज, एंड इन इंडिया व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज. ओके, सो यस फास्ट टेल मी at international level what it called as. Yes, chalo, be active for accounting standards. Yes beta, Afreen, good morning beta. चलो जल्दी से मुझे बताइए. at international level it will call it as okay, very good. So at international level we call it as IFRS, and at Indian level we call it as AS plus Ind AS. So tell me which are old one and which are new one in India, which are old one and which are new one. Fast, chalo, please answer it quickly. I just want to check your attention. Okay. At international level, yes, it is called as IFRS. And which are old one and which are new one? AS is old one. Very good, beta, Raju Kumar Das ji. And Ind AS, Hitesh Jain, very good. Ind AS are new one. Very good. Accounting standards are written by. Now, please understand who are writers of this accounting standards. So, accounting standards are written by ICI only, but yes, for government, it's a National Financial Reporting Authority. So, beta NAFRA is a reporting authority. Government, for Ministry of Company Affairs, for corporate entities, we are giving guidance, but in consultation with NAFRA. It is a copy paste beta ultimately, but yes, NAFRA is giving consultation to Ministry of Company Affairs, and that is a separate entity. NAFRA is a separate entity which helps to government, that is Ministry of Company Affairs, to prepare accounting standards. But ultimately, yes, ICI is giving guidance, and for non-corporate entities, yes, they are not involving NAFRA. For non-corporate entities, we are only that our Institute of Chartered Accountants of India are preparing non-corporate entities के लिए accounting standards. So beta, who prepares accounting standards? Not government. It is ICI, but for company, it is NAFRA. Okay, remember this one. Chalo, very good. Now, accounting standards deals with, now everyone will write this in the comment section after understanding. So accounting standard deals with, but if you interact with me through comment section, you will find this session very interesting. So it's request to all of you, please participate in the class, because it's not possible for everyone. यहाँ पे Zoom meeting नहीं चल रहा है क्या? I can ask you some questions. Okay. So accounting standards deals with RMPD analysis. Now, what is RMPD? RMPD means recognition, measurement, presentation, disclosure. Recognition, measurement, presentation, disclosure. So RMPD analysis. Recognition. Now, what is recognition? Recognition means to record. In simple language, it is to record that events and transactions. Then second one is measurement. Sir, measurement means at what amount? At what amount we should record this transaction. So accounting this deals with this. Accounting is dealing with recording, that is recognition, measurement, that is a posting part, at what amount, and third one is a presentation, and last one is a disclosure. So it is divided in 4 parts. One is accounting, second one is measurement, third one is presentation, and fourth one is disclosure. I hope you understood this. So please note down it in comment section, and you can take a screenshot of this. So beta please जल्दी से इसका एक स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए फटाफट. चलो जल्दी से स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए. You have to write this afterwards in your notebook. Okay, please, whenever I am telling you to take screenshot, take it and write it. Don't take only screenshots. Please write it after the class. It will save my time. Yes, this you have to write it. Yes, beta. Mohammed ji, Ministry of Company Affairs, Corporate Affairs. RMPD analysis, recognition. Recognition मतलब रिकॉर्ड करना, मेजरमेंट मतलब एट अमाउंट रिकॉर्ड करना, प्रेजेंटेशन मतलब कहां पे रिकॉर्ड करना है, एंड डिस्क्लोजर्स, नोट्स टू अकाउंट्स. वेरी गुड. चलो, so now let's move to next part. Sir, introduction part is over. Now, notes to financial statement. Can you explain, sir, elaborate about notes to financial statement? Yes, but notes means it is a language, or it is a communication with the end user, how auditor or board of directors, how they are reporting it to their users, because it's not possible that you will record each and everything. Okay, so there are some standard format which is given by accounting standard in the disclosure part. So at the end of every accounting standard, you will get a disclosure part, and that disclosure part might be you have some other sequence अलग हो सकता है, but ultimately language is same. Okay, so you can see now here ITC. Now this is Indian Tobacco Company. I have taken their one notes to account screenshot, so better PDF file. So convention, so what, how they are preparing books of accounts, that is a convention. Convention means traditions, they are following it. Okay, so for account financial statement, that is a convention. So basically they prepare these books of accounts because now every company is using Ind AS. So this is not Companies Act 2013. This is a previous version of ITC. So these notes of accounts I have taken in the from the year 2015-16. At that time, 1956, they applied the Companies Act. Basis of accounting, you can see here, there is a accrual concept. If you want to read it, you can read. To prepare these financial statements, you can read it with the historical cost convention. Now, what is historical cost convention? That we are going to see it in the framework of accounting standards. So, and modified by revaluation of certain fixed assets. So, revaluation, we are going to see it in accounting standard 10. All assets and liabilities have been classified under current or non-current as per the company's normal operating cycle. Now, operating cycle, we already studied that the cash, from cash you bought some raw material, then WIP, finished goods, debtors, and again you are getting cash. That is called as operating cycle as per schedule 6 वगैरह वगैरह यहाँ पे दिख रहा है. Then you have depreciation note. So depreciation के बारे में एक standard note दिया गया है. So that depreciation, it's a note only, it's not your calculation. So this is only just how companies using any method, that WDV or straight line method, that is only the explanation part which is given by the ITC. So fixed asset, you can see here their notes to accounts and inventory. Now inventory valuation, if you read this, you will get it is recorded at cost or NRV, whichever is lower, and cost is calculated using weighted average method. Now we are going to see it in detail, that inventory valuation, fixed asset, but these are some disclosure parts which are given by company to its shareholders through this report, and this report has to be presented to the shareholders, and this report is called as annual report. Okay, every company present this report, as you are aware, and in that notes to accounts are given at the end part. Okay, and these are some uniform notes to accounts. Okay, chaliye next one. After this, yes, now this is Bajaj Finance. Better don't read this in detail. So these are sequences only change base of preparation. So here they have not written convention. They have written basis of preparation. And in ITC report, you got the convention. Use of estimates. Then you have property, plant and equipment, earning per share. So you can see here sequence is different. Sequence is different. So Afrin Khanji Buchre, so in short, notes to accounts is a detailed view of transaction. No, beta, it is a policy which is, yes, just you have to communicate to your shareholder which policy you are adopting. For example, if for inventory valuation, if I am adopting FIFO method, so I will just write it in notes to account that I am following FIFO method. This is just communication between you and shareholder. Means as a company, it is a communication between management of the company and the shareholder and external users. So these are notes to accounts in simple language. Which policies you are following, that is written in the notes to accounts. Okay, chalo, yahan tak samajh mein aaya aapko? Yes, tell me, are you getting this concept? What are notes to accounts? So can you tell me type financial statements, 5 financial statement in comment section? Let's see who is answering very fast. Financial statements, yes. One is in front of you, notes to accounts. One is already over. So what are other 4? Yes. Sir, in notes to financial statement and notes to accounts are same. Yes. Matanjali is telling, sir, screen is blur and text is too small. Beta, this is only for your presentation. So just don't read all other things. Just I want to show you how notes to accounts are prepared. You won't get it now. First, you have to understand accounting standard and then only you are going to understand it. So please, beta, have some patience. I just want to show you notes to accounts, how they are prepared. Yes, so I'm waiting for your financial statements part. How many financial statements are there and who is answering very fast? Okay, Matanjali ने लिखा, शिवानी ने लिखा है बैलेंस शीट, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट, एंड स्टेटमेंट ऑफ चेंजेस इन इक्विटी रह गया। शिवानी जी, स्टेटमेंट ऑफ चेंजेस इन इक्विटी आपका रह गया है। वेरी गुड, चलिए, परफेक्टली रिटन बाय राजीव कुमार दास। चलिए, सो नाउ इंट्रोडक्शन। सर, what are benefits of accounting standard? Sir, benefits of accounting standard, first one, there is a standardization, because now you are very confused, sir, which policy that we have to adopt. Okay, it's like a decision of arranged marriage. Okay, in arranged marriage you have a lot of options, so there are alternatives, different alternatives, and to make it standardized, okay, so it's similar to, so benefit, when you have too many options after becoming chartered accountant, then this will help you out. Okay, so accounting standard, when you have lot of options, in that case this is a standardization. So accounting standard will tell you, okay, sir, do accounting in this way. Okay, and their accounting standard will also give you some options. It's not like that they are also very stringent, they will also give you some options, and that options you have to understand. So standardization of alternative accounting treatment reduces confusion, variations in accounting treatment and presentation. One must disclose which policy you are going to follow. So that accounting standard one, we are going to see it in detail. Benefits. So requirement for additional disclosures. So requirement for additional disclosures. In certain areas, information is not statutorily required to be disclosed. However, accounting standard tells that please disclose it for understanding purpose to your users. Okay, so requirement for additional disclosure. So pehla kya tha? Standardization of alternative accounting treatment. Second one is requirement for additional disclosures. Now third one, comparability. Now it's very simple that comparability may be intra, may be inter. Okay, intra means your entity you will compare with different years, that is called as intra. But if you are comparing different entities, for example, if I'm comparing Tata Motors with, yes, any other company or Reliance company, I want to invest, in that case it is a comparability of financial statements. Okay, so it is a difference between intra and inter. In intra, it is a comparison of the financial statement of the same enterprise over a number of years, and in inter enterprise you will compare different enterprises. Okay, so you got the difference between comparison. And last one is a reduction of scope of for creative accounting. Please take a screenshot of this. You have to write these benefits of as 4 marks question. Okay, reduces the scope of creative accounting, so there will be no overstatement of profit or understatement of losses. Okay, so every company will make it properly. यस बेटा, मुक्ता जी, आपके क्वेरीज मेरे तक आ रहे हैं, बट इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट मैं सबके आंसर्स दूं, सो इट्स बेटर. Okay. So friends, benefits of accounting standard, you got this concept? Yes. Have you taken this screenshot? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Next one. Sir, now please explain us how accounting standards are set. Okay, so who sets this accounting standard that you understood? That ICI. Okay, now see, similar to board of studies, now this is the initiative that board of studies that is giving you structure of exam, that foundation, inter, final, and this structure is board of studies. Okay, there are some, yes, there are chairman, there is vice chairman. Okay, for this all activities. Similar to that, we have a separate group for accounting standard board. Okay, if you see it in the in internet, so you will get it. Yes, I will show you just accounting standard board for your practical purpose, so it will be easy for you. Now you can see here. Now see committees. In committees, we have first one, accounting standard board, and you can see the chairman. Beta, please don't call him, otherwise you will ask him, sir, board में और कौन कौन है, तो ऐसा मत करना. हाँ, तो Pramod Jain sir ji is the accounting standard board chairman. Okay, So here, so members are given. अभय चार्जर सर जी दिए हुए हैं और यहाँ पे बहुत सारी बड़े हस्तियां है। ये हमारी देवशीष सर है, इसमें आप देख सकते हो, या अनिकेत सर जो है यहाँ पे मेंबर. सो दिस इज हाउ your accounting standard board is there. So we have a separate committee. So this accounting standard board, first how they will set the accounting standard, that we are going to see it later, but this is the separate board. Okay, standard setting process. So I will show you how accounting standards are set. So bodies involved in the standard setting process. So first important body is that accounting standard board. So similar to board of studies, we have, yes, accounting standard board, a separate group. Okay, so bodies involved in that, ICAI took leadership role in constituting accounting standard board. So we have our own accounting standard board, in which accounting standard board considered IFRS and IAS while framing accounting standard in India. So beta, this board also looks for international level standards. So see, now IFRS and IAS. IAS is international accounting standard and IFRS is international financial reporting standard. So previously they had international accounting standards, but then they developed IFRS. So similar to accounting standard, previously they had IAS and IFRS. Now they introduced from 2002 onwards. Okay, so IFRS properly they applied from 2010, but 2002 they framed IFRS and international accounting standards. Previously they had international accounting standards from 1960s. Then they framed in 2002 IFRS, and they have combination. So international level pay, they have combination of IAS plus IFRS. But remember, in India, accounting standards are different and Ind AS are different. It's not a combination. Accounting standards are for other entities. So roadmap, we will check it out. But IFRS plus IAS, it consists of total foreign reporting standards. Okay, international reporting standards. Okay, so it's not IAS is separate and IFRS. They merge together, and now they have total IAS also plus IFRS. Okay, but AS are different and in AS are different. So this is a small, you don't need this in detail, but I am giving you some guidance that IAS. तो मुझे क्या बोलना है आप समझ लीजिए. एक बार मैं हिंदी में बोल देता हूं कि आईएएस जो है और आईएफआरएस, ये दोनों का मिला के हमारे इंटरनेशनल लेवल के स्टैंडर्ड्स हुए हैं. इट्स नॉट कि आईएएस अलग है और आईएफआरएस अलग है. आईएएस के आगे उन्होंने कंटिन्यू किया है आईएफआरएस. यू आर गेटिंग दिस कॉन्सेप्ट. एंड इंडिया में एएस अलग है और इंडेस अलग है. तो इंडेस का सर सीए फाइनल में पढ़ना है. इंडेस तो हमें सीए फाइनल में पढ़ना है. एस जो है वो अभी फिलहाल हम लोग स्टार्ट करेंगे. सो एस बी कंसिडर्ड आईएफआरएस एंड आईएएस व्हाइल फ्रेमिंग अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स इन इंडिया. Composition of accounting standard board. So there are some representatives of industries. So representative of industries, associations of industries, government participations, departments are there, regulators are there. So they are helping out. Accounting standard board, they take the view of all these people. So it's not only accounting, chartered accountants views are considered, industries views are considered. Okay, even academics mein jo hote hai, regulators, because there are many people who are doing only research analysis over the period. Okay, so they are academicians. So beta yahan pe jaisa ki main bhi bol sakte aap log. So there are accounting standard board which includes representations of the industries. Although accounting standard board is constituted by ICAI, it is independent in the formulation of accounting standards. So remember, accounting standard board is separate, ICAI का एक separate body है. Okay, and NFRA, yes, they recommend NCA. Ultimately, you are aware about this. And then Ministry of Company Affairs, they introduce these accounting standards to whole industry. So they applied to whole industry. So these are some bodies. So main body is accounting standard board. Just I want to tell you that this main body is accounting standard board. I hope you are now clear with this concept. Now, what is standard setting process? Now, standard setting process means now this is, you have to write it. So second part, you have to take a screenshot. Okay. Means you take a screenshot of both, but first understand these bodies, don't write it in your notebook. Just write standard setting process. So first you will choose the area. where there are n number of accounting is done. Okay, so for example, if inventories are valued in any way. Okay, so some are following FIFO, some are following LIFO, some are following weighted average, and there is no consistency. Okay, whatever they want, they are doing it. So identification of area. So you understood that inventory, we need some accounting standard. So this is, there are n number of options are available. So now accounting standard, you identified the area. Then for this you will need one group. This is a constitution of study group. So this group will help you out for preparation of draft and its circulation. So that draft is done by that study group, and that study group ka draft is ascertainment of views for different bodies. So this draft is circulated to other bodies who are also studying. Okay, so this draft is circulated to other bodies, and after that finalization of exposure draft. Okay, so this is not correct 100% accounting standard. This is an exposure draft, so rough draft, you can say it as rough work. Okay, and after that it is open to public for comment. Okay, so exposure draft is open for public, and then modification in the draft if required, and then we are passing accounting standard. So this is a standard process how your accounting standard is passed. So this is identification of area, then constitution of the study group, preparation of draft and its circulation, ascertainment of views of different bodies, then finalization of the exposure draft, comments are received on the draft, and modifications are required, and issue of accounting standard. Yes. So till now, if you have better creation reduction of the accounting standard matlab chalo. Yes, any question till now? Any question till now? Yes, if you have any question till now, you can ask me. So standard setting process we have completed. Now list of accounting standards. So list of accounting standards, there are 29 accounting standards. Just I will close my eyes and I will tell you all these accounting standards. So there are total 15 accounting standard on this slide. So just understand. S1 is disclosure of accounting policy. S2 is inventory valuation. S3 is cash flow statement. S4 contingencies and events occurring after balance sheet date. S5 is net profit or loss for the period prior period items. Changes in accounting policy. 6 removed. 7 construction contract. 8 is removed. 9 is revenue recognition. 10 is accounting for fixed asset. Then 11 is effects of changes in foreign exchange rate. 12 is government grants. 13 is accounting for investment. 14 is accounting for amalgamation. 15 is employee benefits. So till now, yes, we have completed 15 accounting standards. These names, yes, you can recall it afterwards because we are going to learn all these accounting standards. So nothing is difficult in these accounting standards. Names, actually names are very easy. But yes, one important point, after understanding names, you have to understand provisions of accounting standard also. So don't learn only names, but andar ka bhi yaad rakhna padega. So these 15 accounting standards. So here there are some more. Okay. Okay. So accounting standard 16 is borrowing cost, 17 is segment reporting, 18 is related party disclosure, 19 is accounting for leases, 20 is earning per share, 21 is consolidated financial statement, 22 is taxes on income, 23 is investment in associate, 24 is discontinuing operations, 25 is interim financial reporting, 26 intangible asset, 27 is investment in joint venture, 28 impairment of assets, and 29 will be provisions, contingent liabilities, and contingent assets. So these are all accounting standards that you have to learn. Okay, so in group 1 and group 2, so there are total 29 standards, but better 2 are removed. Which one? 6 and 8, because 6 is removed, replaced in accounting standard 10, and 8 is replaced with accounting standard 26. So there are effective 27 accounting standards. Yes, Muktaji, correct hai. So how many accounting standards that you have? 27 effective accounting standards. यस बेटा, हिमांशु मेहनत आईसीआई की नाफरा का नाम, वेरी गुड. जेनिशा इज सेइंग सर यू आर रीडिंग इट लाइक सम मंत्रा. ओके बेटा, ठीक है, वो थोड़ा फास्ट बोलना पड़ता है. हाँ जी, चलो बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. सो दीज आर सम अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स की लिस्ट that yes given by me. So accounting standard list, I hope now you are clear with this accounting standard. So till now हमने क्या क्या देखा? What is generally accepted accounting policies? That is a common set of rules, practices, regulations. Then you have standards, process, uniformity करने के लिए applied for preparation of financial statement. Who prepares it? ICI. And company के लिए NAFRA in consultation with NAFRA. What is the accounting standard deals with? These are deals with four parts. One is recognition, then second one is the presentation, sorry, recognition, measurement, presentation, disclosure. And after that क्या होगा? After that मैंने बताया आपको how this board is accounting standard separate board, and they identify the area, then their study group, they discuss it, finalize the exposure draft is open for public, then modified that exposure draft, and then accounting standard comes into the picture. And this is after the list of this 27 accounting standards are there, and 29 is a total, but 2 are removed, so total effective accounting standards are 27. Okay, Matanjali ji, very good. His pronouncement is also required to read. No, beta, Hitesh. Sir, how did you memorize? Can you give me some insights? It will definitely helps in the subjects like law and audit. Yes, beta, definitely. Why not? I will share some. See, I'm also from vernacular medium, so for me it's very difficult to recall all that English sentences. So for law and audit, that was very difficult for me. So my journey through for CA course, I will give you some guidelines. I always used to write important sentences, which actually I have to write it in exam. Okay, so out of 10 pages, only 8 to 9 lines are important. You can memorize only 8 to 9 lines, and remaining, if you remember this 8 to 9 lines, it is very easy for you to recall whole paragraph. Okay, then you can elaborate in your own way. But that 8 lines to 10 lines are very, very important from 10 pages. So whenever you are reading 10 pages, so try to get only important sentence, and after that you can easily elaborate. Okay, at student level it is very difficult, but you don't think you are giving exam. You always think yes, you involve in that. So for example, suppose for accounting standard, it is Bible for me. Okay, accounting standards which are very, very important. But whenever I'm reading these accounting standards, I am not never consider it as reading for exam. You always think this is for your, like, it's a story reading. Okay, and then you will love this subject. If you take pressure and if you just want to finish it off, you will never get a success. But if you involve in this, then only better you can retain it. अभी आप मूवी के डायलॉग कैसे याद कर लेते हो? यस, मूवी के डायलॉग रहेगा, वो कौन सा डायलॉग रहेगा? वो कौन सा मूवी आया था, गली बॉय, तो उसमें क्या था, वो डायलॉग जो था, अपुन के बॉयफ्रेंड को मारा, तो यस, वो जो डायलॉग था वो कैसे याद होता? अभी मुझे नहीं याद होता. क्यों नहीं याद होता? बिकॉज मैं उसमें, ये मुझे, मेरे लिए वाहियात डायलॉग है. ठीक है, सो ये वाहियात डायलॉग है तो मैं याद नहीं रखूंगा. पर वही सपोज आप लोगों में से किसी को वो डायलॉग अच्छा लग गया, वो इन्वॉल्व हुआ, मुझे वो डायलॉग याद करना है, हाँ वो डायलॉग था, तो आपको अपने आप याद हो जाता है. सो प्लीज इन्वॉल्व होके स्टडी कीजिए. सिर्फ फिनिश करना इसलिए मत कीजिए. 2 घंटे बैठिए अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स लेके, पर लव कीजिए अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स को. ऊपर ऊपर मत रीड कीजिए. एंड यस, नाउ बेनिफिट्स ऑफ अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड, दैट 4 लाइन्स are important. So you can develop your own sentence after that. Okay. Now standard setting process. So whatever yes, now you can check from your study material. I will just show you your study material. I just removed important points out of this. And that is very important. Okay. अब देखिए आपका स्टडी मटेरियल का, yes, just want to show you how many pages we have completed. See, Now, introduction to accounting standards. See, generally accepted accounting policies. So that first 3 lines I considered. Okay. Remaining you can read, but that you have to understand. Now, recognition, measurement, presentation, and disclosure. That is important. So 2-3 pages are over. Now, benefits. Standardization of alternative principles, requirement. At least read this intra versus inter. If you understand this process, now standard setting process, I already explained this. Standard setting process. And ICE has also given you some charts. That is also very helpful, beta. Okay. So almost we have completed 10 pages till now. 10 pages completed. And please, whenever you are reading, make it very short. Okay. So out of 10 pages, always understand we have to write minimum 10 sentences in our notebook. And at least underline. Okay. Whenever you are reading for the first time, and don't underline in the first way. First read the paragraph, then understand keywords of that paragraph. Beta, it will take, you will never, minimum timing that you will study at home will be 12 to 15 hours if you are studying in the same way. Okay. चलो आगे जाते हैं. Yes. Okay. चलिए आगे आते हैं. बहुत हो गया ज्ञान. हाँ. Now, need for convergence. Now, what is a convergence? Now, I'm going to explain you 2 points. Adoption versus conversion. Adoption versus conversion. Now, what is adoption? Adoption means you will follow as it is international accounting standard. It is called as adoption. So there is copy paste. And if you have some changes in that, for example, instead of financial reporting, we are calling it accounting. So we are not using the same word. Instead of financial position, we are using the word balance sheet. So there is difference. Instead of domestic partner, we are using the word husband and wife. Okay. So husband and wife, and they are using the word domestic partner. Domestic partner means what? Yes, because they don't believe in the relation. So outside India, they don't believe in the relation of husband and wife. So they are using domestic partner. It keeps on changing. So better, they are not using the word husband and wife, but we are using the word husband and wife. So same words we are not adopting. So adoption is as it is, follow Ind AS, IFRS. And if you have own wordings, so ground is same, but separate wordings. Okay. So that is called as conversion. Okay. So convergence means not adopting as it is. Okay. So now why there is a need for convergence? Okay. So now there are 5-6 needs which are given, and these are also 4 marks questions. So this is also 4 mark question. This time in group 2, lot of theory was there. Okay. So in group 2 paper, not in group 1, but group 2, yes, बहुत ज़्यादा theory था. Each country has its own set of rules and regulations for accounting and financial reporting. So to raise capital from the international markets, okay, so every country has its own set of rules. So to raise capital from the international market, rules and regulations or other country will apply. Therefore, translation. Now, translation means their balance sheet we will translate in Indian balance sheet. So beta, therefore translation and restatement are utmost important in a world of globalization. Okay. So international analysts and investors would like to compare financial statement based on the similar accounting standards. So this is also need that international analyst. Multiplicity of types of accounting standards around the world is against its of public interest. So it's very difficult if you have different types of accounting standards. So we need the uniformity. Multiple accounting standards, it creates confusion, encourages errors, and may facilitate fraud. Okay. Therefore, and curve in the single set of global standards. So we need single set of accounting standards, and it improves the ability of investors to compare investments on a global basis. And for companies with a joint listing means in New York Stock Exchange also, yes, Nasdaq पे भी आपका कंपनी लिस्टेड है और अपने सेंसेक्स पे भी और निफ्टी में भी है. So यहाँ पे हमारे बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज या नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पे भी लिस्टेड है. So that is called as listing, and that is the where we need the convergence, same set of rules all over the world. Okay, and therefore we need convergence to global standards. So please take a screenshot. You have to write it in the notebook. Okay, so notebook में आपको ये लिखना पड़ेगा. Please have patience till last minute, because today you are going to learn many concepts. Okay, new concepts. Okay, chaliye. So we will move to next concept now. International Financial Reporting Standards. So their body is International Accounting Standard Board. So similar to our accounting standard board, at international level, it is ISB. They, with the objective of setting global standards. So their aim is very simple. They want to make accounting standard not at national level, but at international level. London-based group named as ISC. Okay, in 1973. So previously it was IASC. So IASC, International Accounting Standard Committee, and now it is converted into Accounting Standard Board, IASB. 75 countries, including our institute, professional accounting bodies, ISSC comprise of, and now ISC restructure their organization with IASB. So they restructure. Okay. So ISC restructure the organization in the formulation of IASB. Okay. So beta ISC, now it is IASB. Up to 31st March 2001, IASC issued IAS. So who issued IAS? International Accounting Standard issued by IASB, ISC. And after 2001, IASB issued IFRS. So that is a basic difference. Okay. So yes, can you tell me in the comment section what you understood? ISB and ISC. Yes. Who was former and now who are running the organization? So previous board, it's not board, it's a committee. And now it's a board. Committee issued International Accounting Standards and IASB issued IFRS. Okay. So देखो पहले ISC था, कमिटी था, उन्होंने अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स निकाले, इंटरनेशनल अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स. फिर IASB आया, बोर्ड आया 2001 में, तो उन्होंने क्या निकाला? IFRS. चलो जल्दी से मुझे बताइए कमेंट सेक्शन में आर यू गेटिंग इट और नॉट? फटाफट 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 बोलिए, फटाफट फटाफट। सॉरी 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 सॉरी। ओके, ठीक है। वन टाइम वंस अगेन, IFRS में IAS is issued by the IASC and adopted by the ISB. IFRS issued by the IASB. Okay. Now there is a separate part of committee. Okay. Interpretation. Interpretation is something in addition to accounting standard. Now, sir, accounting standard 16, I'm giving you one example. Accounting standard 16 is borrowing cost. Borrowing cost talks about qualifying asset that we are going to understand. Now, qualifying asset is the definition. A definition is that an asset which takes a substantial time to get ready for its intended use is called as qualifying asset. Now, what is qualifying asset? An asset which takes a substantial time to get ready for its intended use. Sir, now that qualifying word, substantial time, it talks about that substantial time talks about, sir, 12 months. Okay, so 12 महीने का जो टाइम है, ये 12 महीने का जो टाइम है उसको हम लोग बोलते क्वालिफाइंग सब्सटेंशियल टाइम। और ये सब्सटेंशियल टाइम ये किस में लिखा हुआ है अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड में? नो, 12 महीने ये किस में लिखा हुआ है? इट इज गिवन इन द इंटरप्रिटेशन, वेयर इट इज गिवन इन द इंटरप्रिटेशन। सो इंटरप्रिटेशन इज एक्स्ट्रा additional part, and that interpretation board is also separate. Okay, separate international, यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो standards of interpretation committee. हाँ, Standards Interpretation Committee. So this is a separate committee. IFRS enhance the comparability and emergence of the global standards. So IFRS आपको समझ में आया है? Yes, it's very simple. Okay. Now I already explained you the two words. Yes, adoption and second. Yes, now you only tell me which is the second one by adoption process and by, yes, what is the next word beta? Adoption and second word is, tell me fast. Second word बताइए मुझे. Adoption and second word is, yes. Very good. Who wrote the fastest answer? Raju Kumar Das. Convergence. क्या दिमाग पाया बेटा? No beta, by recommendation is not a correct answer. Who wrote it? Hitesh Jain. No beta, हितेश का आंसर रॉन्ग आया, बाकी सबने करेक्ट लिखा. वेरी गुड. सो इट शोज योर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन लेवल. वेरी गुड फ्रेंड्स. My adoption process and by convergence. Very good. So by adoption and by conversion, adoption means what? As it is you are following. Okay. Use IFRS purely. And when you partial changes in IFRS, it is called as convergence. Convergence are also called as carve-ins. Carve-ins means some additional points that India have. And carve-outs. Carve-outs means departure. Yes, we removed it. Okay. Ins means additions and out means we removed it. Okay. From the IFRS. So if we removed it, it is carve-out. And if we add it in the IFRS, it is carve-ins. So please take the screenshot. Yes, this is very important. IFRS compliant. Okay, sir. Convergence and adoption. Benefit of convergence, you can see significance of global standards, cross-border flow of money, global listing in different stock markets, comparability, elimination of costly requirements, enhanced accountability, greater transparency, reduced operational challenges, and lower risk of errors and judgments. Okay. So benefits of convergence with IFRS. 4 marks question. Take a screenshot. बेटा पूजा फर्स्ट चैप्टर में इतना डिटेल में नहीं था एट फाउंडेशन लेवल. यस, देयर वाज सम पार्ट बट नॉट इन डिटेल बेटा. यस, how many pages we have completed? Can you tell me from the study material how many pages? Are you finding this chapter easy? It's very boring part if you read by your own. If someone explains you will love it. Otherwise, yes, your patience will get over after 3 to 4 pages. Okay. Do you think that you will read this by your own? Someone wants screenshot. Yes, Matanjali wants to take a screenshot of this. Okay, Matanjali. अरे बेटा पीछे जाके लेना था ना, 5 सेकंड पीछे गई होती. Okay. So this is the benefit of convergence. I'm not going to read it in detail. Cross-border flow of money, global listing. You can now do it by your own. At least I created some interest of this chapter because this first chapter, many students are they are keeping it in the option. because after understanding IFRS and IAS, 4-mark question is mandatory on this topic. So please don't skip this chapter in option. I hope you are clear with this all concepts. Yes, I'm waiting for your replies that are you finding this chapter interesting or difficult one? Yes. Rekha is saying, sir, not boring if we concentrate and interacted with you. Very good, beta. ठीक है, चलो बहुत बढ़िया बेटा, बहुत बढ़िया. यस, सब लोगों ने फुल फोकस किया हुआ है. चलो, सो कैन आई टेक क्विज? टिल नाउ जो भी हुआ है, वी विल टेक ओनली 3 to 4 minutes का क्विज. ओके, जस्ट वांट टू चेक योर concentration level. How many of you are concentrating? Yes, फर्स्ट 3 स्टूडेंट्स का मैं नाम लूंगा हर क्वेश्चन के बाद. दोज हु आंसर फर्स्ट 3 स्टूडेंट्स. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, रेडी. चलो, रेडी फॉर द क्विज. ओके, चलिए, फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, रेडी. अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड डील्स विथ. यस, चलो, हु इज आंसरिंग फास्ट? Accounting standard deals with. Fast. What is the answer? Accounting standard deals with. Fast. Who answer first? RMPD भी बोला तो भी बहुत है मेरे लिए. पूजा, हिमांशु गुप्ता एंड ईशा जायसवाल. दीज आर फर्स्ट 3 स्टूडेंट्स. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स ने आंसर दिया, बट फर्स्ट आंसर बाय पूजा, हिमांशु गुप्ता एंड ईशा जायसवाल. अंकित गुप्ता थोड़े से देर से आए. ठीक है, सो 3 स्टूडेंट्स. अरे थोड़े तो नए स्टूडेंट्स के नाम लेने दो, हमेशा वही स्टूडेंट. हिमांशु गुप्ता तो छा गया बेटा, तू तो हमेशा पहला आंसर तू ही देता है. यस, सेकंड क्वेश्चन. इन इंडिया वी फॉलो, प्रीवियसली वी फॉलोड एंड नाउ वी आर फॉलोइंग. आंसर इट. In India, previously we followed and now we are following. आप लोग यार हैंग कर देते हो साइट को. Oh. Second question answer. Oh my God, this time Ritika. Second question का answer by Ritika. Then Sumit Kumar. And then ईशा जायसवाल. हिमांशु 4 नंबर पे फेंक दिया आपको उठा के. पूजा तो लिख रही है गैप. अभी बेटा पूजा क्या कर रही हो बेटा, नींद में ही हो क्या अभी तक? प्रीवियसली एएस एंड नाउ इंडेस. श्रुति ने बहुत डिटेल में लिखा है. आर्ची ने सिर्फ अभी का लिखा है. आर्ची डजंट वांट एनी पास्ट. यस, शी इज इन only present. She doesn't like past बेटा. अर्ची, चलो कोई बात नहीं. लास्ट क्वेश्चन. चलो 3 नंबर का मौका है. न्यू स्टूडेंट्स. आई डोंट वांट सेम नेम्स. ए हिमांशु रुक जरा. मोहम्मद फराद कुछ भी लिखता है रे. मन में आए वो लिखता है बेटा तू. चलो टेल मी when IFRS introduced, year of introduction of IFRS. And by whom also, by whom if you want to write. So it's not mandatory by whom. Who wrote very fast? Mukta, गलत जवाब. पूजा पीएस नहीं, दूसरी पूजा थी बेटा. पूजा पीएस, यू आंसर इट करेक्टली. मिस्टर था 2002. रितिका 2016 किसने बोला रे तुझे? वो तो इंडेस है. रितिका कितना आगे भागेगी तू? अभी तक मैंने बताया भी नहीं है. इन 2001 बेटा, एक्चुअली 2001 आई थिंक. यस 2001 से शुरू किया. रेखा एंड साहिल जोशी. रेखा, साहिल जोशी एंड राहुल. यस, ये तीनों ने करेक्ट आंसर दिया. हो, ये तीनों ने करेक्ट आंसर दिया. ठीक है, चलो बहुत बढ़िया बेटा. चलिए आगे. नाउ लास्ट वन, कन्वर्जेंस of to IFRS in India, because we are not following as it is. So we are convergence. So we are using not adoption process, we are using convergence process. Convergence to IFRS, not adoption by ICI. Applicability of IFRS in India, considering legal and other conditions prevailing in India. Deviation from the corresponding IFRS if required. And Accounting Standard Board in consultation with the MCA NAFRA decided to have 2 sets of accounting standard. One is Ind AS and second one is accounting standard. Previously it was accounting standard. Concept of Ind AS. Ind AS and our IFRS converge. Converge means not as it is. Standards issued by the central government with certain carve-outs. Steps for notification. First, formulation by same steps. Sent to NAFRA, then sent to central government for notification. Benefits, already you are aware of these benefits. Globalization and liberalization, transparency of financial statement, comparability of financial statement, and enhanced disclosure requirements. So please, these AS benefits are different, Ind AS benefits are different. So please take a screenshot. Ind AS are similar to corresponding international accounting standard. Only IFRS, now yes, please, that you are not going to understand it now. IFRS number 1 in India, it is Ind AS 101. IFRS number 2 in India 102. It's similar to that for IFRS. And international accounting standards, yes, same 1, 2, 3, 4, similar to their accounting standard names. So for IFRS, it is different. 2001 था, 2001 आंसर था. नागार्जुना. No, but I'm not going to upload this. Please take a screenshot. Everything you will not get in by spoon feeding way. Those who will attend the class, those students will get this. Otherwise, you can join our Telegram channel group. You will get it on that. Some students will definitely give these screenshots. They will share this. Now, beta, we will take a break of 10 minutes because I know this is a very theory chapter. So now it's a time to take a break of 10 minutes. So Ramji 10 minute का break दिया जाए. 8:11 हुए, 8:21 को हम लोग आ जाएंगे. So break की तो जरूरत लगेगी. चाय पी के आना एंड प्रॉपरली ब्रेक लेना. ओके, सो नींद में से बाहर आ जाओ, पानी मार लो मुंह पे, चलो. यस, वॉश योर फेस फास्ट. राम जी ब्रेक ले लीजिए. राम जी ब्रेक ले लीजिए. Now let's understand the history of IFRS converged with AS. Beta, IC has taken this initiative from year 2006. First step. So, as you are aware, first when we want to introduce some things, it's not very, quickly we can introduce it. There are many oppositions, many comments, many people, they are not used to this IFRS. Even chartered accountants, after becoming CEO also, they are used to prepare statements in accounting standard way. So I remember I also finished this course by paying 1 lakh rupees. Okay, that IFRS course. But yes, no one knows. In 2006, I completed this course, might be in 2009. That IFRS, yes, very, at that time it had peak. कि और ऐसा एकदम हाइप कर दिया था, IAS आने वाला है, बहुत पैसा मिलेगा, बहुत पैसा मिलेगा. But it's nothing, yaar. Whose basics are clear, he will find it's nothing. It's not difficult at all for him. So first step towards IFRS, when introduced in 2006, of moving towards the IFRS to enhance the acceptability and transparency. Then beta, yes, just wait for 1 minute. So in 2006, we just started some process. And almost after 10 years, after 2006, we started. And we have foolproof index. Now there is you have to apply it. That comes in 2016. So we started this process in 2006 and we started implementing from 2016. So 10 years का गैप था. हर साल हम लोग बोलते थे अभी IFRS आएगा, अभी आएगा, अभी आएगा, पर आया एंड में 2016 में. MCA issued the company's rules 2015 wide notification dated February 16, 2015, covering revised roadmap for companies other than banking companies and insurance companies. Now, how they introduce this, yes, that we are going to understand, but wait for some time. As per the notification, Ind AS converge with IFRS were required to be implemented on voluntary basis, but voluntary 2015 and mandatory from 2016. So see the year difference. And separate roadmaps are given for separate companies. Now, if your company is very small, and if I tell you to apply Ind AS, it's not practically possible. No one will pay you out. Okay. So small companies, IC has given some time, or Ministry of Company Affairs, Corporate Affairs, they have given some time. But वो मैं गलती से Ministry of Company Affairs बोल रहा हूँ, Corporate Affairs, they have given some time. But beta, it's always remember that time limit means roadmap. How we are going to adopt it. Okay. So list of Ind AS is there. Beta, don't go it in detail. So you can see this Ind AS 101, that is actually IFRS 1. So this number is for IFRS. And I told you, IAS is different. And merger, IAS plus IFRS is total IFRS. So their IFRS 1 means our Ind AS 101. Okay, so there are, you can see here up to Ind AS 116. First time adoption, share-based payment, then you have business combination, then insurance contract, non-current assets held for sale, then exploration and minerals. Now this has removed financial statement, disclosures, operating segment. So I'm not going to take these all names, but yes, I know this Ind AS list is bigger one as compared to accounting standard. Now see, Ind AS 1 means IAS 1. Ind AS 1 means IAS 1. And IFRS 1 matlab Ind AS 101. So thoda general knowledge, no need for such a knowledge, but International Accounting Standard 1, our also 1, and IFRS 1 is 101. Okay, so their previous committee, they introduced IAS, and the ISB introduced IFRS. Okay, and mixture of that. But see, don't get confused between IAS plus IFRS and Ind AS. Our accounting standard are something which are different. Okay, accounting standard का कोई लेना देना ही नहीं है इनके साथ. Okay, so accounting standard is totally different, and you are going to learn not Ind AS. You are going to learn नॉर्मल अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स, नॉर्मल अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स. ओके, सो आपको तो सिर्फ अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड पढ़ना है. सो सी देयर आर 41 इंड एस एंड 1012 1016 116 वो सेपरेट ग्रुप है. नाउ इट इज कार्व आउट एंड कार्विंग्स. कार्व आउट्स एंड कार्विंग्स, बेटा प्लीज कीप पेशेंस ऑफ 10 to 15 मिनट्स. खत्म हो गया स्टैंडर्ड. ऑलमोस्ट फर्स्ट चैप्टर वी हैव कंप्लीटेड. सो आई नो टेक्निकली बहुत ही ज्यादा आज थियोरी था, बट इफ यू रीड बाय योर ओन इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल एट ऑल. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. ठीक है, तो थोड़ा सा पेशेंस जरूरी है. मैं आपकी क्विज भी लेने वाला हूं, तो क्विज भी लेना है अपने को. Carve outs and carvings. Understand why these accounting standards, sir? Why it is decided to converge and not adoption? So there is departure. So basically, IFRS and Ind AS are slightly different, and that word is convergence. Now, convergence arises. These departures arises due to change in terminology. So their names, our names are different due to removal of options in accounting principles and due to deviation. So beta, if principles are different, it is not carve outs. Okay, so understand this concept. It's very important. Convergence means due to departure, but your policy, if it is different from their policy, you are completely against that policy. For example, in India we follow FIFO and weighted average method, but beta US they follow last in first out. So completely change in the policy. So US का जो होता है वो डिफरेंट है, हमारा डिफरेंट है. बट IFRS में ऐसा कुछ लिखा होगा कि आवर पॉलिसी इज डिफरेंट, मींस इंडियन पॉलिसी इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम देयर पॉलिसी. इन दैट केस इट इज रिमूवल ऑफ ऑप्शंस. Yes, change in terminology. I already explained you the name, that comprehensive income statement. They call it as comprehensive. We call it as profit and loss account. They call it as financial position. We call it as balance sheet. So this is carve outs. Okay, sorry, carve-ins, carve outs क्या होता है? So there are difference. Okay, removal of option in policy results into carve outs. No, it doesn't result into carve outs. Okay, and deviation, yes, deviation is a carve outs. Deviation is a carve outs. Okay, so deviations is a carve out, and carve-ins matlab additional guidance given by. So you can write this. You can take a screenshot, and removal के नीचे no carve outs and deviation के नीचे yes carve outs. So if policy is removed, it is not carve out. If deviation, it is a carve out. So you got the difference? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that is additional guidance. Formulation of index, departures. So this chart is very important. Resulting into carve outs, not resulting into carve outs, deviation, carve outs, and removed, it is not a carve out. So that chart, if you want to write it, you can take a screenshot. So departures resulting into carve outs, not resulting into carve outs. Last part of this chapter. So carve in and carve out, beta, you got the concept of carve in and carve out. Easy check them. You can check it. Need for global standard. I made it very easy. ISB क्या होता है, यह भी आपको पता है अभी. कमिटीज वगैरह सब समझ में आया है. IFRS क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है वो भी मैंने बता दिया. What is carve out and carve ins, that also I told you. And now we are at the end of this chapter, that is a convergence. Index तो end है अपना. So now we are at the end of this chapter, that is a roadmap. Roadmap is the last part. चलिए, are you finding is difficult or interesting? तो मुझे आंसर इंटरेस्टिंग ही एक्सपेक्ट है. So if you have any query till now, you can ask me. चेंज इन टर्मिनोलॉजी इज डेविएशन बेटा, दैट इज कार्व आउट्स. यस, रेखा जी एक बार आपके लिए मैं एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूं. यदि बेटा आपने कार्व आउट कब होता है कि आपने वो पॉलिसी नहीं लिया एज इट इज, आपने वो पॉलिसी ही अलग रहेगा. डेविएशन होना वो चलेगा कि आपकी पॉलिसी आईएफआरएस से अलग है, मतलब वही है पर थोड़ा डेविएशन है, पर आपने कोई प्रिंसिपल ही निकाल दिया तो उसको कार्व आउट्स नहीं बोलेंगे. कि वो लोग जो फॉलो करते थे, आपने बोला मैं हम लोग हमारे लिए है ही नहीं है, है ही नहीं, तो क्या होगा, नॉट रिजल्टिंग इनटू कार्व आउट्स. पर आप बोलेंगे कि नहीं सर हमने थोड़ा सा डेविएट किया, उनकी पॉलिसी अलग थी, हमारी पॉलिसी थोड़ी अलग है, तो उसको कार्व आउट्स बोलेंगे. यदि वो प्रिंसिपल ही रिमूव किया तो हम लोग उसको कार्व आउट नहीं बोलेंगे. एक सिंपल लैंग्वेज में, सॉरी वो लिफो का एग्जांपल, लिफो वो फॉलो कर रहे हैं, हम लोग फिफो फॉलो कर रहे हैं, तो इट्स अ डेविएशन. पर पॉलिसी ही रिमूव कर देना मतलब हमने इन्वेंट्री करना ही चाहिए, वैल्यूएशन ये हमारा तरीका है, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा, इसको बोलेंगे नो कार्व आउट्स. डेविएशन होगा चलेगा. यस पर बेटा फॉर एग्जाम्पल एकदम सिंपल सा एग्जाम्पल देता हूं कि एज्यूम करते जो गेहूं है, एकदम सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूं तो दिमाग में बैठ जाएगा. मेरी मम्मी और बीवी दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या है. मेरी मम्मी जो है वो 12 महीने के गेहूं एक साथ लाती थी और वही घिसी पिटी चीजें चलती थी, वो उसको ऑयलिंग करना या जो भी करना, तेल लगाना, और उसके साथ वो 12 महीने प्रिजर्वेटिव जैसा घर में रखना, उसको ये आप जो ये सूर्य प्रकाश देते थे. तो ये चीजें हमारे पहले के जमाने में मम्मी मेरी अभी भी करती है, 12 महीने के गेहूं लेके आती है. वही बीवी ने क्या किया, गेहूं लाना बंद किया क्या, नहीं, उसने गेहूं लाना अभी भी चालू है, पर सिर्फ बेटा 2 महीने के लाती है, 1 महीने के लाती, कभी 15 दिन के लाती, तो उतने लेके आती जितनी जरूरत है. तो बेटा डेविएशन है दोनों के केस में, गेहूं लाना किसी ने बंद नहीं किया. पर जिस दिन बीवी बोलेगी कि अभी गेहूं बंद और बाजरी चालू या जवार चालू, तो वो गेम में क्या हो जाएगा, इट इज टोटली नो चेंज इन कार्व आउट. बेटा ये कार्व आउट नहीं है, ये तो पूरा पॉलिसी बंद कर दिया, घर में रोटी बनाना बंद कर दिया. तो घर में रोटी बनाना बंद किया, उसको क्या बोलेंगे, नॉट रिजल्ट्स इन कार्व आउट. कंप्लीटली प्रिंसिपल बंद कर दिया. सो कार्व आउट्स और कार्विंग्स के बारे में ये बोला कि डेविएशन होना मतलब वाइफ भी गेहूं लाती है और मम्मी भी गेहूं लाती, वाइफ सिर्फ 2 महीने के गेहूं लाती, मम्मी 12 महीने के गेहूं एक साथ लाती, तो ये दोनों के बीच में डिफरेंस है, वो डिफरेंस को हम लोग कार्व आउट्स बोलेंगे. पर गेहूं बंद करना, इसको हम लोग नो कार्व आउट्स बोलेंगे. ओके चलो ओके नेक्स्ट वन, एडिशंस मीन्स कार्विंग्स. ओके मतांजलि को एग्जाम्पल अच्छा लगा, नो प्रॉब्लम बेटा, एटलीस्ट बीवी गेहूं तो लाती है, यही बड़ी बात है, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट है वो भी, हाँ फिर भी लाती है, गेहूं लाती है. चलो रोड मैप फॉर इंप्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ इंडेस, रोड मैप फॉर इंप्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ इंडेस फॉर कंपनीज विच आर अदर देन बैंक्स, एनबीएफसीज, इंश्योरेंस कंपनी. बेटा यस बैंक्स वगैरह में इंडेस लाना इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट इमीडिएट बेसिस पे, because first time adoption is really very difficult task and you will get good money for that. Many new chartered accountants now they are in this index formation and they are really earning good money. Many of my students now they are with yes some bankers where they are implementing this project index and they are really getting handsome salary beta. So for companies other than banks, NBFCs, for 1st April 2015, on 1st April 2015, remember from 1st April 2015, voluntary basis, I already explained you that first time if you are following it on the voluntary basis with comparatives. Comparatives means kya, balance sheet as per accounting standard and balance sheet as per index. So previously we followed accounting standard. Now you are shifting towards index. So you have to make it comparable. Accounting standards also you have to give with comparison with index. So you have to present balance sheet related to accounting standard. And after that you have to convert it, restate it in index. If you follow the same method, accounting standard, then your balance sheet will look like this. But due to follower of or convergence of accounting standard into index, Now your balance sheet will look like this because your book values will get changed. Book value will get changed because accounting standard says some different policies and Ind AS are on some, yes, there is a difference between accounting standard and Ind AS, and therefore your balance sheet figures will be different. So if you follow accounting standards, your balance sheet amounts will be different. If you follow Ind AS, your balance sheet amounts will be different due to different in the policies. And that both you have to give. If we follow first time, I'm talking about year 2015 with comparatives. Phase 1, now in 2016, it is mandatory. Phase 2, 2017 mein aaya. And then this is mandatory, okay? Mandatory basis, voluntary basis on 1st April 2015 and mandatory basis from 2016 and 17. For whom this is applicable? Listed companies having net worth is greater than 500 crores. So those listed companies whose net worth is greater than 500 crores, for them it is mandatory. For unlisted companies, net worth, now what is net worth? Equity share capital plus reserves and surplus is called as net worth. For them it is mandatory. Then in phase 2, those who are falling in the 2017, listed companies not covered in this. Unlisted companies 250 crores greater net worth, which are not covered, means all listed companies have to follow compulsory. So net worth is not important in phase 2. So all listed companies now compulsorily you have to follow Ind AS from 2017. Okay, you can take a screenshot of this. So the roadmap is also important. I may ask you about roadmap. Just recall this based on the net worth. Okay. So mandatory basis based on the net worth concept. Net worth. What is net worth? Equity share capital plus reserves and surplus. Okay, sir. Okay. Non-banking companies. For non-banking companies, beta, from 2018, 2019, with comparatives. Phase 1, now 500 crores, same criteria applicable. But the phase 1 is from 2018, not from 2016. So for banking companies, non-banking companies, now it is mandatory from 2018. Okay. So voluntary adoption is not allowed for this and applicable for consolidated and financial statements. So for NBFC. For scheduled commercial bank, from April beta, now please don't go in so much detail. I will ask you only for basic things, okay? When roadmap is started for in India. So simple answer, roadmap for non-banking companies and commercial banks 2018 se shuru hua, and other means mainly for listed companies from 2016 and 500 crores or more, and other listed companies from 2017. So very easy. Now we have completed this chapter. So you can see roadmap is the last part of this chapter. We have almost completed. I know though it is boring part, but we have almost completed 26 pages. And I tried my best to explain each and every concept in detail. I have taken two hours to explain all these concepts, but I hope it is a very interesting chapter for you. So let's understand some MCQs. Yes, don't read the answer. Just try to get the answer. Okay. So I'm giving you exactly 5 seconds to think on this. First 3 students, I will take the name in the class. So this is all for chapter number 1, Introduction to Accounting Standards. I hope it is very clear to you. All important concepts. What is AS? Now, yes, what are new concepts for you? Everything is new for you, but understand this chapter will give you 4 marks. Benefits of AS is the best favorite question. Roadmap, they may ask you. They may ask you what is the convergence? Convergence, what is carve-ins, carve-outs? That the question you can expect in the exam. And other questions. And please, which questions you have to follow? Yes, that also I will tell you. After test your knowledge, try to answer these questions. Theoretical questions. Yes. Explain the objectives of accounting standard. Already explained this. State the advantages. Briefly explain the process of issuance of Ind AS, IAS. Explain the significance of emergence of IFRS as global standard and what do you mean by carve outs and carve-ins in Ind AS. Explain. And answers are given below. Yes, 4 questions are there, and I hope it's now very clear to you, this chapter. Yes, your comments are always. मुक्तब मैंडेटरी मतलब 1/4/2016 से जो मैंडेटरी आया, और वॉलंटरी मतलब 1/4/2015 से जिनको करना है वॉलंटरी मतलब खुद से करो, वॉलंटरी मतलब खुद से करो। अभी ऐसा कोई खुद से तो उत्सुक नहीं रहेगा कि मुझे चलो इंड एस अप्लाई करना है। हाँ, बहुत सारे जिनको शेयर स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पे लिस्टेड करने वो लोग कर सकते हैं कि बाहर के कंट्रीज के स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पे। आपको कुछ चीजें बोली कि चलो वॉलंटरी पढ़ो, वॉलंटरी पढ़ना तो आपको अच्छा नहीं लगता, पर मैंडेटरी हाँ सीए करना है, आपको बोला रहता वॉलंटरी फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स के बुक्स पढ़ो, तो आपने नहीं किया रहता, पर नाउ इट्स मैंडेटरी की टू गेट द डिग्री, तो उसको मैंडेटरी बोलेंगे। मैंडेटरी करना है तो आपको 3 कोर्स में से जाना पड़ेगा। सो अभी ये 2016 में उन्होंने क्या किया, जो 500 करोड़ से ऊपर है उनके लिए चलो इंडेस अप्लाई कर दो। इंडेस अप्लाई करने के बाद 2017 में जैसा 500 करोड़ के नीचे हो, लिस्टेड कंपनी हो तो नो लिमिट, और अनलिस्टेड कंपनी हो 500 करोड़ से नीचे 250 करोड़ के ऊपर, तो इसमें रहेंगे तो आपको इंडेस अप्लाई करना है। इंडेस अप्लाई करना है मतलब बेटा एस से इंडेस में जाना मतलब बहुत डिफिकल्ट टास्क है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम जैसे आप शादी के बाद एक घर से दूसरे घर में जाओगे तो उसमें आपको दिक्कतें आएगी मुक्ता जी। पहली घर में बेटा हम लोग 9 बजे सोते थे, 9 बजे तक नहीं, क्लास की वजह से 7 बजे उठना पड़ता है, पर यस जब भी छुट्टियां है तो आप 9-10 बजे तक सो सकते थे। अभी यहाँ से नए घर में जाने के बाद सास आपकी गालियां देंगी, तो वहां पे नए हिसाब से रहना पड़ेगा, नए कायदे कानून रहेंगे। घर में 10 बजे के बाद आपको घर के अंदर आना पड़ेगा करके, तो ये जो नए नए रूल्स बनाए तो ये बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, और इसलिए हमें कंपेरेटिव्स करना पड़ेगा। कंपेरेटिव्स क्यों, कि पहले के हिसाब से बैलेंस शीट बनाया होता तो कितना, नए के हिसाब से बनाया होता तो कितना, तो ये कंपेरेटिव्स करने के लिए बहुत जरूरी है। और इसीलिए ये सब प्रोसेस जो होती है ना इंड एस फॉलो करना, अभी वो तो आएगा ना बेटा, आपको सीए फाइनल में पढ़ना है, पर बेसिक्स तो मैंने बता दिया कि सीए फाइनल में पढ़ना क्या है आपको। ओके, तो ये चीजें आपको यहाँ पे समझ में आई कि रोड मैप किसको शुरुआत करनी है, कैसे करनी है, दैट सीए फाइनल कौन करेगा ये इंटर में बता दिया। यस Yes. Okay. Chalo. I hope everyone is clear with all these concepts. No one will leave this chapter in option. I want full 4 marks if this chapter comes in the exam. Please. कोई भी ये मेरे बच्चों को कितनी बार भी समझाए तो भी आप लोग आज आंसर्स लिखोगे नहीं. You have to write all these answers today itself. And don't have any shortcut. Okay. Test your knowledge. Chalo. Ready, sir. Ready. Yes, chalo. Accounting standards for non-corporate entities in India are issued by. So who issues this? Accounting standards for non-corporate entities. Non-corporate entities. One is central government, state government, ICI. Oh, sorry. I have shown you the answer. So ICI. Sorry, ye time nahi. Next question mein. Accounting standards. Harmonize accounting policies and eliminate the non-comparability. Improve the reliability of the financial statements, both A and B. Yes, answer is very easy, both A and B. So that's why I'm not giving you the time. Yes. Next one. It is essential to standardize the accounting principles and policies in order to ensure transparency, consistency, both A and B. So answer is very easy. Transparency plus consistency, both A and B. बेटा मैं ही बता देता हूँ, रहने दो, टाइम नहीं है. I have to start with new chapter also. Which committee is responsible for approval of the accounting standards and their modifications for the purpose of applicabilities to companies? Yes. Which committee is responsible? Answer is Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Global standards, both A and B. Cross-border also and comparability also, both A and B. Additional guidance given in the index are called as additional guidance. हाँ, additional guidance. 6 नंबर का आंसर आप लोग दीजिए. 6 नंबर का आंसर. 6 नंबर का आंसर आप लोग दीजिए. Additional guidance. Carve-ins or carve-outs. Carve-ins and carve-outs. The correct answer is Convergence. Very good. Who wrote the correct answer first? Isha, Sneha, and Mr. K. Now, who is Mr. K? I don't know. ISB stands for. Let's see who is answering fast. Seventh का आंसर. Additional guidance is Convergence. Seventh का आंसर, you can write 7 and your option. 7 का आंसर. Who wrote the correct answer? Tisha Jain, Himanshu Gupta, Raju Kumar Das, Rahul Bhai. International Accounting Standard Board. IFRS stands for International Financial Reporting System, International Finance Reporting Standard, International Financial Reporting Standard. So out of this, 8th का answer is answer correct is 8C, International Financial Reporting Standards. Phase 1 is applicable to all India's listed companies having turnover 500 crores or more, companies with net worth of rupees 500 crores or more. Yes. 8th का आंसर जिन्होंने करेक्ट दिया था वो है अंकित गुप्ता, राजू कुमार दास एंड एज यूजुअल हिमांशु गुप्ता ने रॉन्ग आंसर दे दिया था 8 नंबर का. रितिका ने करेक्ट आंसर दिया था. रितिका करेक्ट थी. 9th के आंसर में सबसे पहले इस पे छा गए हैं आइथा सबसे पहले, राहुल सबसे पहले. यस, कंपनीज विथ नेटवर्थ ऑफ 500 करोड़ और मोर. करेक्ट बेटा, आइथा एंड यस. टुडेज ब्रेन जिम, नो बेटा आज नहीं है, आपको ये पहले के सेशन में था. तो आई होप नाउ यू आर क्लियर विद दिस chapter number 1, which is very interesting chapter, Introduction to Accounting Standards. We have finished to ICI now. If you are liking this session, तो आपको ये feedback form भरते रहना है क्योंकि ये बहुत जरूरी है. Theory subjects भी मैं पढ़ा सकता हूँ क्या नहीं, because theory is very difficult for me to teach, but I am just interested in the practical part. But today, yes, I started with this theory sessions और I tried my best to make it live. और आप लोग भी बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेक्ट कर गए थे, सो मुझे तो मजा आया, आपका मुझे पता नहीं. सो आई एंजॉयड दिस चैप्टर. वी आर स्टार्टिंग विथ इमीडिएटली सेकंड चैप्टर बिकॉज रियली वेरी फ्यू डेज आर लेफ्ट. प्लीज कोऑपरेट. वी लेफ्ट विथ ओनली 7 days एंड वी हैव टू फिनिश ऑलमोस्ट 5 अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स एंड उसमें भी अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड 10 ये बहुत बड़ा है. सो प्लीज कोऑपरेट. वी हैव टू स्टार्ट विथ नेक्स्ट चैप्टर, दैट इज framework of financial statements. Okay, so framework हमें तैयार करना पड़ेगा. Framework for preparation of financial statements 34 pages का chapter है. 34 pages, 26 pages we have completed. We'll start with framework. 9:30 तक जितना होगा उतना खींचता हूँ and हम लोग next session में please cooperate. यस, चलिए. सो यहां पे मेरा फर्स्ट चैप्टर ये बैच में कंप्लीट हुआ. बहुत बढ़िया बैच का रिस्पांस था. फ्रेमवर्क. Yes, beta, are you finding PPTs interesting or should I write it on page paper? Theory है ना? That's why I'm asking you. Yes, PPTs interesting थे. बहुत साल पहले का फोटो है बेटा, जवानी का.
मुक्ता बोल रही है सर सेशन वाज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग इंटरेक्टिव एंड इंफॉर्मेटिव एज यूजुअल। सर राजू कुमार बोल रहे इवनिंग में आओगे। यार मेरा मुझे एक बार सेशन भेजो रे, मेरे पास सेशन ही नहीं है। टेलीग्राम पे एक बार पोस्ट करो, मैं तो मैं ले लूंगा वैसे नेट से, पर भेज दो कोई तो। रश्मिन कुमार बोल रहे यू आर जेम्स बॉन्ड इन दी थ्योरी। अरे बाप रे, मतलब बेटा अच्छा बोला या बुरा बोला तूने, मुझे समझ में नहीं आया है। ओके चलो, सो स्टार्ट विथ सेकंड चैप्टर, प्रिपरेशन ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स। चलो ये फोटो देख के थोड़ा बाल तो अभी बूढ़ा हो गया हमें। फ्रेमवर्क फॉर प्रिपरेशन एंड प्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स। नेक्स्ट, what we are going to understand is this chapter. Understand it. Purpose of this framework, status and scope of the framework, components of financial statements, objectives and users of financial statement, fundamental assumptions, qualitative characteristics, true and fair view, elements of financial statements, and measurement of elements of financial statements, and capital maintenance. So some theory part is there. So what is the framework? First understand what is a framework. Yes. देखो ये पीपीटी बनाने को ना सालों लग गए मुझे, इंटरेस्टिंग करने को। यस, एक तो शॉर्ट करो, शॉर्ट करने के बाद उसके पीपीटी बनाओ, तो कितना टाइम लगा रहेगा। और ये ऑल ओवर इंडिया पे फेमस करना है आपको सबको। ये जितने भी हो सकते हैं मैक्सिमम स्टूडेंट्स को शेयर कीजिए, बिकॉज थ्योरी पार्ट इज रियली वेरी डिफिकल्ट। स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉर्मली स्किपिंग इट इन द ऑप्शन, बट प्लीज आवर स्टूडेंट्स विल नेवर skip this chapter in the option। और मैंने किधर भी भगाया नहीं। इफ यू रीड ऑल 26 पेजेस यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि सर ने कोई भी पार्ट स्किप नहीं किया हुआ है। Almost I have done with everything and I have made it very interesting. But 2 hours में 26 pages complete होना, it's very difficult. Okay, चलो, और वो भी अंडरस्टैंडिंग करके। And this is very new for you. What is the international accounting standard? What is IFRS? But now everyone knows this concept in detail. And thanks for your patience. हमारे पुणे के बच्चे ना 1 घंटे से ज्यादा बैठते नहीं। कल तो प्रथम को आधा सीखा है तो एकदम बस हो गया सर, इतनी थ्योरी कोई सीखा था क्या, ऐसा था प्रथम का कल का। पर आप लोग यस बहुत ही ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट लेते हो। यस यस बेटा, वही करेक्ट है ना बेटा आर्या, इट्स करेक्ट बेटा, मैंने भी वही बताया। फेज 2 में 250 to 500। नाउ व्हाट इज overview of purpose of the framework? Now what is framework? First understand accounting standard board, I already explained। चेयरमैन आपने देखे थे, चलो याद करो नाम क्या था चेयरमैन का, जल्दी से कमेंट सेक्शन में बताओ मुझे चेयरमैन का नाम क्या था। अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड फ्रेमवर्क मीन्स fundamental basis for development of new standard or review of existing standard। So what is framework sir? Sir framework क्या होता है? Framework means fundamental basis for development of new standard or review of existing standard। So it's not कि only new, बेटा पुराने को भी देखना है, नए को तो देखना ही है, पुराने को भी देखना है। मैं आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट बेसिस फॉर फंडामेंटल बेसिस फॉर अकाउंटिंग। ओके ठीक है। सो yes, so अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड बोर्ड फंडामेंटल बेसिस ये मैंने बताई दिया आपको। नाउ पर्पस ऑफ दिस फ्रेमवर्क, व्हाई, यस यू कैन टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट, सॉरी, फ्रेमवर्क डेफिनेशन you can write it afterwards। yes sir, यस प्रमोद जैन, किसने नाम लिखा फटाफट। साहिल जोशी 100% ध्यान देता है। यस वेरी गुड बेटा साहिल जोशी। जिन्होंने आंसर नहीं दिया इट्स ओके, नाम याद रखना जरूरी नहीं है, पर याद आया तो बेटा अच्छा है ना, अपने रिस्पेक्टेड पीपल है बोर्ड पे, तो आपको नाम तो पता होने चाहिए उनके, हमारी इंस्टीट्यूट के मेन कौन है करके, और अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड बोर्ड पे है ना, मतलब बहुत बड़ी बात है बेटा ये। अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड बोर्ड इशूड फ्रेमवर्क फंडामेंटल बेसिस फॉर डेवलपमेंट ऑफ न्यू स्टैंडर्ड एंड रिव्यू ऑफ एग्जिस्टिंग स्टैंडर्ड। Purpose of the framework. So what is the purpose? To help in what? Enterprise in preparation of financial statements. So you must comply your financial statement, that 5 financial statement, with accounting standards. ASB in the task of development of and review. So not only development, but also review of all standards. ASB in promoting, yes, harmonization of regulation of S. Then auditors in forming an opinion as to whether financial statement conform to the accounting standards. So this is a framework helping in users in interpretation of financial statements and those interested in the work of accounting standard board. So this purpose of framework means what? Development. So everyone, please write down it in the comment section. What is framework? First, write down what is framework. Yes, very, very important. Please now last 30 minutes. Please give me 30 minutes only. I know बहुत सारी theory हुई है, पर बेटा please understand we have to finish it within 7 days. Please. तो चलो जल्दी से मुझे बताओ फ्रेमवर्क क्या होता है, जल्दी से बताओ। Yes, development of new standard and review of existing standards. Very good. So to assist in purpose, yes, you can take a screenshot. What is the purpose of framework? 4 marks question. What is the purpose of framework? So it helps in the preparation of the financial statements, and it also helps in accounting standard board in promoting and harmonizing the regulations and accounting standards. Very, very important. Chalo. Now, status and scope of the framework. Understand. Framework applies to general purpose and specific purpose, special purpose. So, framework is applied to general purpose and not for specific purpose. Remember, it is a general purpose. So you can't say ki it is applicable to this entity. No, beta. It is general purpose financial statement. The word is general purpose financial statement for external users and not for specific group of users. Okay. So for tax purpose वगैरह ऐसा नहीं होगा. This is overall applicability. In case of conflict between accounting standard and framework, accounting standard will get overstated. Okay. So accounting standard ये आपके मेन आएंगे, ये याद रखना. Components of financial statement. सर कितनी बार बताया? बैलेंस शीट, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट, कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट, नोट्स टू अकाउंट. सो सर ये ऑलरेडी यस पता है हमें. कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स. So these are general purpose. A framework is always general purpose. Now, what are objectives of financial statements? To provide information about the financial position, performance, cash flow are the main, as you are aware. Users, better this is foundation chapter. investor, employee, lender, supplier, customer, government, public. Okay, so all are users. So yes, I'm not going to explain it in detail. You are already aware of this. तो मैं इतना डिटेल में नहीं जाऊंगा. यूजर्स वगैरह कौन है? सो ये सर हमें सबको पता है, हु आर यूजर्स एंड ऑल. ठीक है, तो यूजर्स वगैरह सब ऑलरेडी पता है, तो मैं और डिटेल में नहीं जाऊंगा. यूजर्स वगैरह, यस, ऑब्जेक्टिव्स एंड यूजर्स यू आर अवेयर. चलो ये इसको नहीं लेना है. चलो चलो चलो, लेंडर वगैरह सब ये नाम पता है रे सबको. फंडामेंटल अकाउंटिंग एजम्पशंस. कैन यू टेल मी फंडामेंटल एजम्पशंस? यस, दिस इज योर फाउंडेशन चैप्टर. फंडामेंटल एजम्पशंस. चलो चलो चलो, फंडामेंटल एजम्पशंस. टेल मी विच आर फंडामेंटल एजम्पशन. डोंट रेफर मॉड्यूल. Yes, can you tell me fundamental assumptions? Maximum students to attend these classes. Yes, accounting standards, make it interactive. So those students who are watching it afterwards in recorded session, try to attend it in the live one, because next time we are coming in the evening. Our sessions will be in the evening, so please attend it. Though your office is there, please don't give any excuses. You have to attend it mandatorily. ऑफिस वालों को पहले ही बोल दो, अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड की बैच चल रही है, 7 दिन हमें चाहिए, संकेत सर ने बोल के रखा है. सो आई डोंट वांट एनी एक्सक्यूज. चलो, यस, यूजर्स वगैरह आपको समझ में आए, इन्वेस्टर वगैरह. व्हाट आर फंडामेंटल एजम्पशंस? अरे फंडामेंटल एजम्पशंस क्या है बेटा? Yes, how to remember? बेटा हाँ, फंडामेंटल एजम्पशन किसने तो लिखा है? साक्षी ने. गैस, बेटा गैस याद रखना. गोइंग कंसर्न, गोइंग कंसर्न, वेरी गुड बेटा. गोइंग कंसर्न, ए फॉर एक्रूअल, सी फॉर कंसिस्टेंसी. सो गैस याद रखना. सिर्फ गैस का हमारा स्पेलिंग अलग है, GAC, ये हमारा स्पेलिंग है. गोइंग कंसर्न मीन्स एजम्पशन दैट एंटरप्राइजेस विल फ्लो फॉर, सॉरी, रन फॉर foreseeable future. Okay, so foreseeable future means your business will be running, not, you are not going to close it down. Okay, so going concern, we are going to continue for the foreseeable future. So foreseeable future is the assumption number 1. So beta, we have one question based on this. तो चलो जल्दी से आ जाइए क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 पे एंड TY के नंबर 3 पे. ये क्वेश्चन 5 मार्क्स के लिए आया था. So going concern concept, illustration 1 is depending on this. So our business, so that's why we are using the concept of historical cost and not net realizable value. चलो तो जल्दी से क्वेश्चन में आ जाइए. हमारे बंदे ने डाउनलोड करके रखा है क्या? जस्ट वांट टू चेक इट आउट. इलू वन. चलो अभी थोड़ा सा सॉल्विंग कर लेते हैं. इलू 1, बैलेंस शीट ऑफ ट्रेडर. एक बार मैंने ऑप्शन में रखवा दिया और वही क्वेश्चन आया. सो इट्स बेटर नॉट टू टेक इट इन द ऑप्शन. ओके, सो गोइंग कंसर्न क्वेश्चन. सो यू कैन राइट ऑन द मॉड्यूल गोइंग कंसर्न क्वेश्चन. If you are going to close your business, then net realizable value, capital, profit and loss account, 10% loan, trade payable, property, plant and equipment, stock, trade receivable, deferred tax, deferred cost, and bank. The remaining life of the plant and equipment is 5 years. The pattern of use of the asset is given up, 60,000. Assuming going concern concept and not assuming going concern concept. So we have to prepare profit and loss account by using assuming going concern concept and not assuming going concern concept. But this is a balance sheet as on 31st March 2001. And here information is given for the year 2000. 1, 2. As per going concern concept, 65,000 divided by 5 years, 13,000 is a depreciation. Depreciation is 13,000. And if you follow going concern concept, your depreciation, no going concern concept. So beta NRV, so this is the NRV 60,000. So what is the depreciation? You can check the depreciation amount 13,000 in case if going concern followed, and not followed, then you are recording at NRV. Okay, so depreciation 65,000 and NRV 60,000. Chalo, fast. NRV 60,000. So if going concern assumption is followed, it is at cost. And if going concern is not followed, it is at NRV. Chalo. Okay. Chalo. Trade pay purchases 4 lakhs and 4 point different. Depreciation different. Same. 4 lakhs and 4.5 lakhs. 4 lakhs and 4.5 lakhs. So purchase sales will be same. Cost and NRV of stock as on 31st March 32,000 and 40,000. So closing stock. Closing stock 32,000, 40,000. Second effect, balance sheet asset side 32,000, 40,000. Okay, so stock value is different. Expenses, including 10% loan, 3,500 amounted to 14,900. So expense, it will depreciation already over. Amortize over 4 years. It will be different. For cost, you will consider, and for NRV ke case mein, you will directly transfer it in P&L. 10,000 directly P&L debit, and 10,000 divided by 4, you will debit 2,500. So defer cost 2,500 and 10,000. 2,500 and 10,000. Trade receivable 25,000, out of which 2,000 is doubtful. So you will provide only 2,000. So it will be different. And collection of another 4,000 depends on the successful reinstallation of certain product. So this 4,000 is deducted in case of NRV only. So for NRV, we will consider 6,000, and this will be considered in cost and NRV both. Okay. So 2,000 and 6,000. So this is important. So 6,000, this 4,000 will be considered only in case of NRV. Don't consider it in cost. Okay. So 2,000 only will be considered both, and 4,000 additional will be considered in case of NRV. NRV means going concern is not followed. Trade receivable, that will be 23 and 19. Deferred cost 7,500 and 0. How 7,500? 10,000 minus 2,500 here only, and here 10,000 is written in P&L. Trade payable 12,000, which is likely to be settled at discount. So 12,000 minus 5% at discount. So this 5% discount is considered in NRV, and in cost you will consider 12,000. So it will be different. Cash balance will be same, 37,100, 37,100. It will be same cash balance. There is early repayment penalty for the loan, 2,500. So loan will be 35,000 and 37,500. So penalty will be different. Penalty will be added in NRV. And this penalty you have to write it in P&L also. Yes. Capital will be same. Capital will be same. And the discount also you have to write discount. Actually, this is trade payable, nahi. Discount on trade payable 600, and this is your balancing figure. We will write over here. In last P&L you will merge it 19,600. Last time P&L kitna tha? 25,000. So here it is 25,000 plus. So it will be same. Easy ekdam? Yes. Can you tell me it's easy or difficult if going concern concept is not followed? Recorded at NRV. Sales will be same. Inventory will be different. Expenses will be same. Deferred cost will be different. एक में पूरा राइट ऑफ करेंगे, एक में सिर्फ 2,500 राइट ऑफ करेंगे, एक में 10,000 पूरा का पूरा रिटर्न ऑफ, फुल रिटर्न ऑफ. Here full return off. Actually this concept is not correct as per accounting standard 26. Yes, I will ask this to ICI to rectify it. Trade receivable, closing trade payable, cash balance, and early payment of penalty. Different. Okay. It's easy. You can take a screenshot what is same and what is different. TY के 3 भी उसी के हिसाब से हैं. TY के 3 TYK3 is exactly similar. Exactly. So please do it as homework. Beta, 5 minutes are remaining, but I just want to stop now. Why? Because theory बहुत हो गया. Yes, I will stop now because I know बहुत ज़्यादा हुआ. Chapter number 1, NRV concept I have completed. Okay. Please make sure in next time, in next session, we are going to start with new accounting standard. That is accounting standard 2. I'm going to start, and before that, I will complete this part, remaining part of this framework of financial statement. If possible, please share that screenshots on our Telegram channel and note down all these important points in your notebook. Today, you have huge homework. I know you have to finish chapter number 1 also. All important points you have to write it. For example, if 10,000 cost I incurred on the preliminary expenses. In section 35D, you are going to understand in income tax. So 10,000 if I incur for the preliminary expenses, so I should not debit profit and loss account purely on the debit side, but I will record out of this only 2,500 on the debit side of P&L, because it will be means you will divide it over 4 years. So your profit and loss not will, now it is not allowed. Purely 10,000 you will debit it in the profit and loss account. So this is all for today's session. I hope you enjoyed till now. इन डेज को भी मजा आया होगा आपको. So defer मतलब divide over 4 years. Your answer will be batch 5, Sweety Singh ji. Your answer will be batch 5 with Sanket sir. Okay. चलिए. So मिलते हैं कल वापस परसों in the evening. Till now, take care. Thank you. Bye bye. And we will meet on Thursday evening, or till that, please finish your homework. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes. हाँ हाँ हाँ.